Yo, what's going on, y'all? I hope everybody doing well. Alright, so I'm about to drop some serious talk right here. So I don't know if I did anything on this before, but I was looking at uh um interview with a dude that came home by the name of Blue Boy, right? With Vlad Vlad TV, I guess his name is, right? So I'm listening to the interview on them talking about how he been locked up for 39 years and about him coming home now to technology and all this other stuff. Like, how do he feel about it? So when he started speaking about dudes running up on him and asking him what he looking at and all this. Now, mind you, he did 39 years, so obviously he's institutionalized. Or he basically said that he was praying to come home, but he thought he was going to spend the rest of his life in prison, right? But I'm just showing you how this society is run, right? So this is what they do to people that's been incarcerated. I've been incarcerated as well, but I'm showing you what they do to provoke you. This is the gangstalking. So he was saying how they jump in his face and all that and ask him what he's looking at while he with his kids, right? So it's just showing you how they try to provoke you, right? And they really got the whole society doing this, right? So he said he had to walk away, but you gotta think about it, right? It's been going on for years. Like I said, I never was a person that really got into situations, but at a young age, like I said, the way they got this run with this program is they accumulate shit to happen. They create stuff to happen. Excuse me. So I was 18 years old, and I wound up in the same type of situation where I get locked up for a weapon charge. But this how I know it's always this program been going on for years, because I had a weapon, but I never had it for attention to just go outside and do corrupt stuff. I had it for protection, because around that time I had money. Now, it was a situation that happened just randomly out of nowhere. I'm just walking the street, and this girl just runs and jump on me and was like, "Oh, where you been at?" I don't even know who this girl is. Never seen her before. I'm with my girl. I'm 18. I'm with my girl at the time. And I'm not knowing who this lady is. I'm in a whole different area from where I live at. And then all of a sudden she starts screaming out, and a couple of like 8 dudes start running towards me, right? But mind you, I never attempted to pull my weapon, right? But in that mix of the people that came, I run into 2 people that I know from my neighborhood, which I had problems with. But they was with these dudes, and they diffused the situation. That same day, I wound up getting locked up with the weapon, right? By these random, I don't even know if these was police. They probably was CIA agents. I don't even know, because they gave the case to they gave the arrest to people inside the precinct. Now, mind you, I was driving. These two guys, I think it was 2 or 4, but they was in some regular car, not no unmarked, nothing, just some regular car, and they hopped out on me while I was trying to park and started searching me and wound up finding a weapon on me, right? So I wanted to going to prison for that, right? Now I'm gonna show you how this program been going on for years. This how they try to get rid of chosen people. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was not into the streets, but a lot of people kept coming towards me and trying to put me into that street mentality, which I'm glad now I have street knowledge, because now I see the way this program has been going on all my life, right? How I've been followed all my life. And it probably stems from my father, because he was in the streets. So, yeah, so with his situation, he did the interview last year, like March of last year, right? Now, they were saying how he was working at a weed dispensary as a security guard. Now, I just was doing security recently, and I just explained to you, I don't know if I explained to y'all, but I'm explaining now how I told you how they just gave me my security license. Not even, like, the process wasn't even like, it was just crazy, right? Cause I tried before and it never worked. So now I'm gonna show you. I told you they had so much different situations they was doing, staging different things, like dudes getting into situations with weapons, cutting each other, doing all types of stuff, like it was some Rikers Island thing going on, right? So they said how this guy came into the dispensary. This how hard the gang stalking is. Like, they would really take it this far, right? So the dude coming there with a weapon, and I guess he wound up taking a weapon from the guy and using it in self-defense, right? So he wound up going back to jail. Now, this is less than a year from the interview, right? So this is what I'm saying. He's still institutionalized to the point where he don't got people around him that's teaching him what's going on. He don't see that they provoking situations, right? Which is easy to avoid, but in this situation, I don't know the situation, because a weapon was involved. So, like I tell you, they be having people do stuff like that, walking up on my car like they got a weapon. I came outside 3 in the morning. And a dude just came out of the corner, like from the corner, like he had some type of black thing in his hand, like it was a weapon, with a mask on, as I'm walking out the door, right? This is the type of stuff they do to scare you. So it's like at 3 in the morning, so I followed him to see where he was going, but when I turned the corner, he was gone. Like, I don't know if he ran around the corner, I don't know what he did. But I was right behind him, like literally behind him, and he disappeared. Like, I don't know where he went. But it's just to show you, like, as soon as he came and did all that, when I came outside, a car pulled up right at the same time. It was slow driving, like it was about to pull over, right? But I'm just showing you how I pay attention. I see everything that's going on, how they do this stuff, right? So it don't matter what time I step outside, they will always have something orchestrated for me when I step out. So just imagine in his situation, like I said, I didn't do no, I never did time, like years, a couple of months. But other than that, they use your record against you to try to build different situations, right? To put you back in jail, right? So, like I said, I got plenty of videos to prove what I'm talking about. Like, I got plenty of videos, because I had to walk around like I'm police with body camera, with situations, what they be doing. Staging stuff with a situation where a Mexican guy was outside drunk. Then he comes in the store, face all bloody, and some guy come in the store and try to take a video of me in the store with the guy to make it look like I assaulted this guy. Like, if I wasn't walking around video recording, a lot of this stuff, if it do go to court or whatever they doing, I wouldn't be able to prove myself. You see what I'm saying? So, like, he don't know the type of situation he's dealing with. He's not fully woke to what's going on. So in his situation, like I said, they're gonna do, a lot of people be involved. So it's more easy for them to stage stuff with him, because he don't know what's going on. With me, I'm not speaking to nobody, because I know the whole community, the way they set up my situation, everybody in my view of where I'm walking out to is orchestrated behind this program. So anybody I'm confronting in the street, I already know what's going on. So I deal with my situation accordingly. But he don't know the situation. He don't know that he's being tracked. He don't know that he's have drones following him and staging stuff. And like, what you think? They just be by them doing what they did to him, where he said the guy came at him when he was with his kids, and how asking him what is he looking at and all that. He don't know that they orchestrating all this stuff. And for these gangstalkers, for them to do the stuff they do, they really put their life on the line. But like they terrorists. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you just see it for what it is now with these people. So pretty much I already know, like I said, from my situation, I always been questioning a lot of stuff, even from since I was young. Like I said, everywhere we go, always been staged. Like, we be the first people to live there, and then we get neighbors and stuff in the building. But on the block itself, there's already people there. But I'm talking about in our building itself. So pretty much it's basically the same thing. Like he just said, oh, it's so much different, new buildings when he come up. It ain't like how it was. But you gotta remember, this years, you've been locked up for many years. So I wish I can communicate with this guy to find out what really was going on with him since he been home. Because like I said, I don't know how much people is really going through this like they say they are, but I know for me personally, this is what these people been doing with me for a long time. And like I said, since the pandemic, it got more noticeable. And around that time, a lot of people just was popping up from my past. People I used to talk to that I cut off just was popping up out of nowhere, like just randomly just popping up everywhere. And I just felt that was very strange, right? Like, I could just be driving and somebody just walk right in front of the vehicle, like, for me to be like, oh, just pull over, and oh shit, it's the way this thing is set up now for me. I already see what's going on. But like I said, this is why they want to put me in a mental institution, because I see what they're doing and they don't want me to speak on it. Because like I said, everything is about money, you know? Without people going to jail, how is prisons making money? Without people doing crime, how is police making money? So everything is about money, you know, but I understand all that, but at the end of the day, it's still a way you can do it without. But, you know, this is their program. This is the way society is run. But I seen another situation like similar to mine's with this 18-year-old boy, or he probably was 18, 19, in Florida, where he got into a shootout with the police. Like, my situation is supposed to be like that. This is how they get rid of, I guess, like, people like that believe in God or something. I can't really, I'm not gonna really say that, but in my situation, that's how I'm looking at it as, because he was the same age as me. And like, for me, with my situation, I was supposed to probably get nervous and run from them, and then I wound up getting into a shootout, and I probably would have died, like the same type of situation with this boy. So, he got into it with the police, and like the police just stopped him in the mall because he was talking to a minor or something like that. And then they made him leave the mall. Then he asked him to search his bag outside the mall, and the dude was paranoid and ran. And that's how he got into the shootout with the police. But this is just showing you how they know that you have a weapon, because this how they set it up this way. I'm gonna post that up in the community board so you can see what I'm talking about. But as far as the situation with this guy, Blue Boy, yeah, I feel bad for him, because, you know, like, if you've been down for so long, I know you don't want to be back in there. And they probably made so much, they probably done made so much money off of him, just interviews and doing so much different stuff. Like, it's probably like a bet, like, to see if he's gonna survive it or go back or go back to jail. It's like they gambling on your life, you know. And for my situation, they've been doing this heavy, extremely heavy, since 2018, 2019. It's been extremely heavy, you know. Like, it kind of died down with the entrapments, because I guess they know that I'm recording, and I got a lot of different videos to prove that they was trying to entrap me. But it kind of died down with that a little bit. But in all reality, damn, look at the time, 1:44. But in all reality, they still do their little things here and there. But I just go about my business and I just keep aware of my surroundings now. But I'm gonna post up the clip of the interview so you can know what I'm talking about.
Michael Jackson was the biggest music star in the world. There were no computers. There was no internet. There were no cell phones. And suddenly you're thrown into this world of social media, the internet, Uber, Postmates. Like, I mean, was it like stepping into an alien planet in a way?
Yeah, it is. I'm still trying to figure out the phone. I be wanting to throw the phone out the window. But everything takes a process. Listen, when I came to prison, it wasn't in certain buildings. It's not there no more. You know, they built condos. They got a whole bunch of different buildings in my neighborhood. You got people living there I never even thought would be living there. And you got they got a precinct on my block, right? So grew up, you know, they got a new precinct right there on my block. So, you know, it was a shock to a lot of things, but I was ready for a lot of that because I kept reading in prison. I did a lot of reading and I study a lot. So I got to really be aware of a lot of things before I came home anyway. So a lot of things wasn't too much of a shock to me, but certain things was, you know, like, you know, seeing certain different things and, you know, it was kind of hard at first, you know, but I'm starting to get the hang of it now, you know.
Well, right. You come out at 56 years old. 39 of those years were spent in prison, meaning for the vast majority of your life, you have to ask, you know, people when to take a shower, when you can eat, where you could go, you know, where you're placed. You know what I'm saying? And also in a society where stepping on someone's shoe could lead to a murder, a dirty look. You're having a bad day. Someone claims that you looked at them bad. And then next thing you know, people are getting stabbed and killed and so forth. It's a completely different society that you've walked into. Was there, and as someone who came with a lot of violence, and you don't want to go back, right?
No, I definitely don't want to go back to prison.
Because beating up someone on the outside ain't like beating up someone on the inside where they just, you know, no one saw nothing, everyone walks away.
Yeah.
You know, where one false move, because when you got out, are you still on probation or anything of that sort? Or
Yeah,
are you
I'm on
completely
parole.
free?
I'm on
You're
life parole.
Meaning that if you do something wrong, you could potentially get sent in probably for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I would go back to the board 2 years. I have to go back to the board. If I get caught up in some new stuff, yeah, I can get back. I go back to prison.
I mean, what's it like just kind of living your life and going through society and, you know, maybe feeling like this person disrespected you unknowingly, or this person slighted you, or this person didn't treat you the way you feel like you need to be treated? Well,
it's hard, but I've been through that already. I had 2 incidents already since I've been in the street. You know, I had some. I'll go to try to get a phone, and I had some guys for no reason tell me, "Yo, what the fuck are you looking at?" And I'm like, I'm not even looking at the dude. He just, and I'm like trying to avoid that. And he said, "You know me?" He started walking towards me. So I had to jump on the bike and leave. And that was the hardest thing for me because, my man, you talking to a lion. You a poodle compared to me. You know what I'm saying? You're not even ready for that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I have to think about my son. You know what I'm saying? I got to think. I got my stepson with me, and I got my son, and I love both of them. So I don't want to go back to prison and for some nonsense. So I had to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, that must have been tough considering how doing that in prison has a very different kind of, you know, ramification.
Yeah,
right?
That's a fact. And that's why I'm saying that for me, it was the hardest thing so far because, oh man, I'm not even bothering you. Why are you bothering me? And you don't realize who I am. You don't know who I am. And, you know, you playing with death. And you know, I was saying in my mind, I got to think for this bozo. Because in reality, you know, I would do something to him right there, and that's it. I'll be in the newspaper all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. I bet you, I will bet money on this that he's going to end up seeing this video and start to think like, damn, like I almost tripped off the wrong person. Like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
yeah.
Then I had another guy, for no reason, he coming out the store, bump into me on some real get out the way type stuff. And I, said, excuse me, you don't know how to say excuse me? He said, what? Fuck out of here. Kept walking. Like, those are hard things to deal with because in prison, you disrespect me, I'm gonna get you. I was that type of person, but I got to live out here a different way. And sometimes it gets hard, you know what I'm saying? And, it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you've been violent all your life, you know what I'm saying? To now step away from things and walk away, it get difficult, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't want to go back to prison. I don't.
Yeah.
But